What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we are jumping into Batman Incorporated, issue number 3. We're a little bit behind on Batman Incorporated, but DC Comics didn't have a whole lot of comics coming out this week that I thought were worth picking up. That, of course, is Superman Lost and Lazarus Planet's Revenge of the Gods. But this gives us an opportunity to catch up on some Batman Incorporated. If you guys remember where we last left off, we were introduced to Phantom 1. This is the Robin to Ghostmaker. We are learning that he is the one behind everything that has been going on. With Sky Spider being very severely wounded, Ghostmaker is focused on getting her to safety. But then we have Phantom 1, who also kidnapped Clown Hunter, with Ghostmaker having a small inclination on who might be behind this. It is a mad dash against time to try and find Clown Hunter before it is too late. So make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this issue, we are picking up in Shanghai, China. Ghostmaker on his motorcycle making his way to a doctor, making his way to Dr. Leonard Wu. He throws Sky Spider onto the counter and says that he needs to fix her and he needs to do it now. That a hospital is too dangerous, that she would be too exposed. If he were to take her to a hospital, Sky Spider would be good as dead. Batman of China coming into the room, Ghostmaker says that he needs to stay here with the doctor to give the doctor anything that he might ask for in ensuring that Sky Spider stays alive. And while Batman of China would love to go with Ghostmaker, right now he is too focused. He has one objective. Someone took Clown Hunter, and now he needs to go find him. That is where we pick up with Phantom 1 and Clown Hunter. And we have Phantom 1 who is apologizing, saying that he is sorry for this whole situation. He is sorry for having him in restraints and doing all of this. But he needs him to understand that Ghostmaker is dangerous to Clown Hunter. And while Clown Hunter is not sure if he should believe anything that Phantom 1 says, he was just kidnapped and tied up. But Phantom 1 says that he is doing this to make a point, to show him. At one point in time, Phantom 1 was the sidekick of Ghostmaker, but he makes a deal with Clown Hunter, telling him that if you think I'm just full of it by the time I am done telling you what I am about to say, then he will drop him off wherever he wants to go. As it stands inside of this van, Ghostmaker is unable to track them. Once he steps outside the van, Ghostmaker will be able to pick up the location. This is where Phantom 1 gives us an origin story. It all starts with his parents. They were a couple of small-time wannabe supervillains. They went by the codename of Mr. and Mrs. Menace. Now, Mr. Menace, he was a man that didn't want for anything. He came from old money, an only child who inherited his parents' entire fortune when they had passed. And so they didn't do this for the money. They did this for the thrills. They loved terrorizing the rich, despise being just ridiculously rich themselves. And so while they do their whole thing of robbing people and murdering the rich, this is where Ghostmaker came in. First, he focused on Mr. Menace, driving a sword directly through his chest. And before Mrs. Menace could turn around, Ghostmaker had drove a sword right through her back. These two are put down instantly. But with Mrs. Menace's last breath, she does ask who will look after her son. Ghostmaker recognizing what just happened. That is what takes us to Sweden. That young boy ended up in foster care. That is how he ended up in the home of Ghostmaker. At this point in time, he was going by the name of Casper, and Phantom 1 never knew his real name. He never knew his real face. Even though he had lived as his son for years, Ghostmaker would never let him know who he really was. But he also didn't see Ghostmaker that often. Ghostmaker had imported teachers and tutors from across the globe. Everybody who had taught him to be who he is. This was all around the time that Robin, the second Robin, had died at the hands of the Joker. Ghostmaker, unable to pass up the opportunity to improve upon Batman's failures, and so he sought to build a better Robin. The times that he did see Ghostmaker, he was distant. For a while, he believed that just maybe Ghostmaker didn't know how to be a father. It was with time that he realized Ghostmaker didn't care to be one. For 2 years, Phantom was in this mansion. He was training day in and day out, trying to perfect his Robin, though he never seemed to have much faith in the ability or progress of Phantom. Much to his surprise, Phantom 1 was able to last more than an hour in the field. He fought side by side with Ghostmaker for 3 years. These were the only time he was allowed to leave the house. And then they were facing Palladium. He had used his goons as fodder, keeping them distant so that he could make his escape. That's when Phantom 1 took the opportunity to prove himself in the eyes of Ghostmaker. He went after him by himself. With a detonation, the entire building comes falling down, and so does Phantom 1, as he calls out to Ghostmaker, stuck in the rubble, bleeding out, almost on the verge of death. Ghostmaker tells him that you went in unprepared, that he tried to make him into something better than this, but it is time to acknowledge that this experiment is a failure. And so he swung away. He left Phantom 1, left him here to die in this rubble with nobody by his side. Afterwards, there was no funeral. There was no nothing. He continued existing, doing exactly what he did, as if Phantom 1 was never a part of his life. He believes that it is only a matter of time before Clown Hunter follows in the same path. But Phantom 1 was given a second chance. Ghostmaker doesn't know that. He believes him to be dead. Since returning, he's been compiling data on Ghostmaker, following his movements, learning everything that he can. Ghostmaker had always taught him that the enemy needed to be met with equal force. Killers needed to be killed, otherwise they'd kill again. Killers like the Joker. But it also seems that Ghostmaker is making exceptions for those who have made him into who he is. That is why Phantom 1 has been targeting all of the mentors of Ghostmaker. Collectively, they all have a body count in the excess of 15,000. Any one of them is just as bad as the Joker, and yet Ghostmaker wants them protected. This is where we are taken across the globe. Each one of the members of Batman Incorporated facing off against one of these individuals that we have to assume were recruited by Phantom 1, and they are working with him. And every single one of them have the same mentality as Phantom 1, that these people deserve to die. They are the ones that spilled innocent blood. Of course, most of the members of Batman Incorporated, they disagree with this, that there are other ways to take down killers without becoming a killer yourself, that they must face justice. As we jump over to Shanghai, we have Ghostmaker at the last location where Clown Hunter had been seen, trying to find any trace or any beacon of where Clown Hunter may be. He gets the last location and he begins to pull up all the CCTV footage. And then he sees that somebody is playing games. Seeing how many people have died across the globe, he wants to get the locations of the rest of Batman Incorporated as quickly as possible. And with Phantom 1 finally being done with this conversation with Clown Hunter, he has untied him and they have arrived at some kind of airfield. Phantom 1 tells him that we can part ways here if you wish, or you can decide to join me. We can join forces together and we can take down Ghostmaker. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Definitely a fun story. I love the fact that Ghostmaker does mirror Batman in so many ways, but he is also very unique. He has always sought to be better than Batman. This is just another prime example of that. Phantom 1 is a failed attempt at him making a better Robin, and it's actually kind of sad, because if you think about it, Phantom 1 was trained by the Ghostmaker of the old days. The Ghostmaker that had no hesitation on killing anybody. And you could say that part of him is still there, part of him is still like that. But after years of experience, he is slowly starting to adopt Batman's methods. The problem with this is that Phantom 1 did not grow with him. And so Phantom 1, he is exactly like Ghostmaker had made him. He believes that killers must be killed, that there is no other option. And the hypocrisy of Ghostmaker makes him as complacent as everybody else. It makes him as responsible as everybody else. And so with his logic, Ghostmaker is a man that needs to be taken down. Him and every single mentor that has ever trained him. The question now remains, will Clown Hunter join forces with him? Will he return to Ghostmaker? Or will he be just another failed attempt at trying to recreate a Robin? Let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to get completely caught up on everything that has been going on with Batman Incorporated, be sure to check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It will get you completely caught up on everything going on with this series. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. Much like Patreon, having 5 different tiers. From $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to getting free comics every single month. Not only does this help out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. If you are unable to do that, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.